How's it going, everybody? So we have the balance changes here today. I'm pretty excited to showcase these. I built a deck right now out of the nerfed cards, plus a few cards that I believe also need a nerf. So first off on the list is the Ice Spirit. The Ice Spirit's getting a nerf. I have the changes pulled up on a second screen right here so I can actually look at them. While I'm kind of talking about them. But yeah, the Ice Spirit's getting a freeze duration nerf. It's going from 0.1 or 1.2 seconds to 1.1. Nothing crazy. I still think Ice Spirit's going to be very viable and a good card. They're just making it slightly worse. Okay, Dark Omen is the GOAT, low-key. Oh yeah, by the way, Dark Omen is not on the nerfs list, but I put it in this deck because it needs a nerf. This card is ridiculous. But anyways, next up is the Log. They're nerfing the Log again for like the 5th time. I don't know what in the world is going on. I'm kind of tired of the Log nerfs, to be honest, because in all honesty, the other ones, they make semi-sense. They don't want too much spell damage, but now they're nerfing the damage again by 9%, which is like, dude, you're going to make the card almost do nothing. It's going to be like the Tornado here soon, bro. I can't do this, man. And it just definitely is annoying because there's already other small spells. Like Evo Snowball is one of the best cards in the entire game of Clash Royale. There's other small spells. Barbell is really good. Rage is good. Curse is good. Arrows are super good still. Like, there's no reason to nerf the Log again. Like, I know it's really good in cycle decks and the best option for most cycle decks, but the other small spells are viable, and I thought that was the goal of them nerfing the Log in the first place, but I don't know. They're definitely confusing with their Log nerf. I don't know why they keep doing it. Okay, that was kind of unlucky timing right there, but it's okay. Next up, we have the Evo Goblin Barrel getting a nerf. Oh, man, you guys know how I feel about that, dude. Basically, the old... like the decoy goblin, the old decoy goblin was 120 damage. The new one is 89 damage, so it's getting a 26% nerf on how much it does per stab, which is good because, bro, Evo Barrel is there's so many times where they will play just the decoy barrel on the left hand side with the tank, and then you can't even kill it because, I mean, it just sits there. You have to make a decision if you're going to spam all your cards and spend all your elixir on the real barrel or the normal or the fake one, and it's like, dude, it is a nightmare. So I'm glad it's getting a bit of a nerf. I don't know if it will affect it too much. What in the world is that lag, by the way? Oh my gosh, my Wi-Fi. No, please. Also, my power is out, so that might also be kind of affecting, well, even though I'm not on my Wi-Fi, I'm on my data right now. That might be kind of affecting things. Yeah, somehow it's literally the middle of the day and we got a power outage, so that's pretty epic. But I'm still getting this video. I want to make sure I can get this video for y'all. So he's gonna go for the archers. I can't really kill the expo, can I? It's fine. We're just gonna take some damage right here, nothing too crazy. And then last but not least on the nerfs list is the Evo Witch. Thank goodness. This card is like, it's just miserable to face. I mean, you guys have faced it. I don't even need to tell you what it does. It is crazy broken, and it's just so frustrating if you don't have the perfect lightning response or the perfect Valkyrie response. You just get absolutely mauled by this card, and it's almost impossible to do anything against. So I'm very happy they're nerfing this card, and just, making it a bit worse. The nerf is the old healing it's like minus 12% per heal, like basically every single time with one skeleton or one guard, whatever, one troop. When it heals from one troop, it heals less. That's basically the gist of the nerf. But yeah, good nerf to that. It's a good win right there, and this deck is broken for a reason right now. Okay, now getting into cards that I believe... Oh, well, I guess we could talk about the Boss Bandit. It's technically a nerf, I think, but this is one of the reworks in the game. There's 3 different reworks. The Boss Bandit has... Now it has 2 charges. Yeah, 2 charges. Let me see if I remember this correctly. Yeah, 2 charges, and it no longer resets at 50%. And the ability cooldown is 5 seconds. So I don't know. That's kind of weird to me because... wait, 2 dashes, right? Yeah, you can dash right away, so you don't have that third one, and it only is after 5 seconds. There's no longer a health meter, I'm guessing, for the Boss Bandits. Once they change it, that's how I'm thinking in my head it's going to work, but I don't really have an exact idea of what exactly it's going to look like when it comes out, or when the change comes out. But I think that's a nerf, right? I would like to think that's a nerf, but to be fair, that does allow you to pop 2 abilities still, so I don't know if it's going to make it that much worse. I don't know, guys, to be honest. I just wish they'd vault the card, to be honest. It is miserable for the game, kind of like the Evo Witch. Bad, wow, English Hunter, please. Bad Ice Golem by the opponents right there. But yeah, that one is definitely, I don't know. There's 2 champions that are getting a rework, and I think that is more of a nerf than the other one, so I put that in my nerf deck. But now I want to talk about the cards that I put in this deck myself, that I think should get a nerf personally. Like, I put in the cannon, dude. Cannon for 3 elixir is not even, it's just unbelievable what I have to witness. It fully counters everything that a 4 elixir building does, and it has more kiting range than other buildings, like than Tesla's, now, because, you can place your cannon down low and it will still pull a hog and it will still pull a battle ram. If you put your Tesla on that tile the cannon's on right now, it's never pulling any of these. Same with like Inferno Tower. It's just a very good card for 3 elixir, and it gets way too much value in cycle decks. And I know Supercell, you can tell they're trying to nerf cycle over and over and over over, but they keep just nerfing the log. They're not nerfing the cards that really need the nerfs. I know Cannon did get a nerf recently. Okay, what? That didn't dash. But honestly, it wasn't enough. It was not nearly enough for what it is. Like 3 elixir building, that is just extremely broken in my opinion. And I always have kind of thought that way about the Cannon ever since they've been buffing it, just like time and time again, it feels like, a couple months back and maybe even a year back at this point. And yeah, it just is a staple in the game. It kind of takes the 4 elixir buildings just out of the game. Like, I mean, nobody really uses bomb tower. The only 4 elixir building that's super popular right now is probably the goblin huts, which did not get nerfed, by the way. I don't know how y'all feel about that. I definitely am curious to hear people's thoughts in the comments. I'm gonna be reading, because every time I do a balance change video, it's like there's a debate in the comments about what should get this and what should get that, and that makes, you know, let's debate, bro. Like, that's what the balance changes are for. Like, what do we think is best for the game, right? And we as a community, you know, kind of have to make that decision for ourselves, right? So I don't mind debates in the comments on these type of videos for sure, but that's going to be fine. Our Dark Prince on top of this Musketeer, we're vibing. Yeah, we're good. But yeah, I'm definitely interested to see if we do get anything added on for the nerfs. I hope there's a few more, to be completely honest. And I put in the Dark Goblin too, just because I hate the card and it's just impossible to kill sometimes. If you don't have the spell and cycle, it just will get infinite value, and you have to spell it every time. You don't have a choice. I don't know. I just think that is miserable. And then, of course, I don't even need to tell you about the Prince, bro. If the Prince doesn't get added to the changes, I will be sad. They keep saying they're not going to nerf the Prince, and I'm like, dude, do you see how fast this card charges? It is not healthy. At least you need to make it, like, have some sort of a little bit more of a cooldown on the second charge if you're going to let the first one be this broken and fast. It just can't charge this fast over and over and over. It's not healthy for the game, especially when paired. Mainly the reason that's not healthy is that it's paired with decks like Giants and even MK, where she just shove the Prince behind the MK and it will instantly win you the game if your opponent doesn't have the right hand. So it's very just a stupid card in my opinion, and I think that it needs a slight change. Even a rework to the Prince I wouldn't mind. It doesn't have to be a nerf. Oh my gosh, my Wi-Fi. Please, hello? Oh no, I lost. Wait, what? Okay, that was... Bro, I told y'all my power's like out. I think it's just making my life lag right now, and the weather's not even bad. I don't even know what's going on today. Maybe it's just one of those days, bro. One of those days. But that's going to be fine right here. I think I'm low-key dead to 2.6, though. I got to go for my Ice Spirit. No, the Evo Cannon. That's actually depressing and heartbreaking at the same time. Nice log right there. Oh my gosh. Wait, Boss Bandit. No, don't do it to him, Boss Bandit. That is insane. Dark up on the left. He missed one of the goblins. Okay, we get no damage from that, though. Boss Bandit is still dashing. Bro, look how overpowered this is. I'm definitely glad they're changing it. I don't know if it's going to even affect it, though, to be honest. But, dude, that is crazy broken. He has to log the right-hand side, and then that's going to be a ton of damage on the left. Ice Spirit to finish off anything that he plays on top of the Dark Goblin. Okay, this is perfect. It's going to jump on tower 2, and Dark Goblin is going crazy. Boss Bandit's going crazy. We can log the Musk, go for the cannon up high, and that's going to be GG's right there. Cannot kill a Boss Bandit because it's broken. And, I mean, Dark Goblin, look at Dark Goggins, bro. How does this card not need nerfed? Tell me that card doesn't need nerfed, guys. Look me in the eyes and tell me that card does not need a nerf. Holy smokes. I'm Goblin barreling his King Tower to be toxic. But, yeah, those are all the nerfs slash the reworks that I believe are nerfs. So, yeah, let's hop into the buffs now. Okay, now this is what I'm really excited for, to be honest with you. The buffs we have, oh baby, there's a few of these I like. Well, there's only 3, to be fair. There's only 3 buffs right now. Hopefully they add more. I hope they just go crazy sometimes. I wish they just do like 6, 7, 8 cards and just like go crazy with buffs sometimes, because, dude, it would change up the game so much if there was cards that were just, you know, a little bit better. But first of all, enough yapping for me. Giant Skeleton getting a, its new damage is basically plus 4%. Nothing crazy to the Giant Skelly, but I'm happy because this card needs some love. This card is trash. By the way, this guy's absolutely cooked. I'm just gonna go balloon with the monk and he's dead, I'm pretty sure. Look at this hand, by the way. This is beautiful. And second up, we have the Ice Golem. The Ice Golem is getting a 12% HP buff. Yeah, 12. That's one of the highest HP buffs I think I've ever seen in a balance change, maybe even ever. That's insanity. And I know it's 2 elixir and it's like a mini tank, but bro, that's kind of crazy if you really think about it. I think Ice Golem is going to be very popular. A lot more balloon cycle, maybe some more 2.6 back in the game, maybe some Hog Mini P.E.K.K.A. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of variety that you could play. Maybe that would even make it viable in like graveyard decks because it just has that much more health. I don't know. I'm just speculating right here, but we can just go for the Rascals on this balloon. He's cooked. Anyways, next up is the Mini P.E.K.K.A. My personal favorite balance change in this entire list actually right now, because I think Mini P.E.K.K.A. I like the card. It's fun. It definitely is super weak because of how much bait and swarm is in the game, and I'm happy it's getting a nice little 5% HP buff. Nothing crazy, but hopefully that allows it to just survive a bit longer in situations and maybe take some things out that it hasn't taken out before, and you know, get some more love because literally everyone just uses like Evo Lumberjack or even like they just Prince, you know, it just gets ignored, it feels like, and it's sad, bro, because I like Mini P.E.K.K.A. I think it's a fun card. But yeah, that one I'm definitely happy about. I'm going to go Evo Wizard. This guy is just spamming. Oh, yeah. I put an Evo Wizard in this deck just to make it synergized. I don't think Evo Wizard needs a buff or anything. Don't worry, guys. I'm not insane. Even though I am very Evo Wizard, pro Evo Wizard or whatever you want to call it. But basically, he is kind of chilling how he is. But, oh, he's going to pop that back, actually. No way, that hits the balloon and doesn't shoot the shield at all. That sucks for me. But yeah, anyways, next up is the reworks, the two reworks that I have not talked about yet. And that first one is, of course, the Monk. And the Monk's getting a HP buff, 30% HP buff, and then the ability damage reduction is getting 10% nerf. So, you know, it's an interesting one. Monk is definitely, I mean, I'll be honest, dude, Monk is OP. So I'm glad it's getting kind of changed. I do like this change only because it makes it more of a tank kind of, and less of just you can kill absolutely everything. But I honestly don't think this nerf's going to be enough to it. Well, technically it's not a nerf, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't think the nerf that they did to it is going to be enough to make it bad enough to where the buff is going to really do anything. You know what I mean? I don't know. It just is a weird kind of sequence for the Monk. I'm not sure how I feel about that one, but yeah, we've got a few more to talk about here. Okay, last but not least on the reworks list is, of course, the... What was it? Yeah, the Rascals. Rascals are getting changed, and I am a fan of this change. I will tell you why. So the boy damage is going 54% up. 54% change to the damage of the card, which is great. I like it. And I'll tell you why, because the girl damage is going down only 6%, but the girl damage is honestly what makes the Rascals so broken. They just sit there and do so much DPS, and the boy literally does nothing. He's like, I don't even know. He's like an off-brand Berserker at this point. I don't even know how to describe him. Okay, dude, holy smokes, this is a skeleton army party right now. That needs to die. Please kill the witch, somebody. No, he logged. That witch is gonna... Bro, this is why witch needs a nerf, guys. I'm gonna start raging about the Evo witch. Stupid card. But, no, the card is broken, and of course, you know, I'm glad the Rascals are gonna get some love. That's definitely a buff, 100% a buff to them. I mean, even though it's technically a nerf to the girls, bro, like, dude, the boy having that much more DPS is going to be able to, like, allow them to actually be more pressureful, if that makes sense, if that's even a word, pressureful, probably not a word, but double pump is crazy here. We're, like, playing Fortnite. I'm just going to go for the Monk plus the balloon, and he should be in trouble. But, yeah, what I don't like about the balance change, is definitely the way they nerfed the Monk and the Boss Bandit. I wish they would just make them solid nerfs, bro. Both the cards need a nerf. Like, champions in general, most of them need a nerf. Even Golden Knight could arguably get another nerf, dude, because it got buffed overly, in my opinion, and now it's very, 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 very bad for the game, and just too much, if that makes sense. And it's too easy to use. Like, people are putting it in, once again, the decks that don't really require too much brain cells, like the Recruits decks, and even some E-Giant decks, it just makes them broken. I'm just going to snowball this back. I cannot wait for the Evo Witch nerf, dude. I hate this card so much, and honestly, I've been a hater from, oh my goodness, wait, Rascals to save me? That's gonna kill the witch, right? Yeah, we're good. But I've been a hater of the Evo Witch since it came out. I mean, any healing concept, to be honest, if you're a pro player, you're gonna be a hater, because, dude, it just allows for cheese and allows you to lose games that should never be lost because of a mechanic that shouldn't be in the game. But yeah, overall, I'm gonna give this like a 7.1 out of 10 rating. Nothing crazy. I'm definitely hoping they add maybe a few more nerfs. A nerf I would like to see is actually to that card on the map right now, the Goblin Machine. It is very, very toxic and just not healthy. It's just another one of those cards, dude, that's just not healthy for the game, and I hope it does get a little slight nerf. Nothing crazy, just like a tiny one to, you know, make it just a smidge worse and make it less annoying in these type of E-Golem spam decks and all those type of decks. But yeah, I mean, overall, I want to hear your guys' opinions and thoughts as well on the balance change too. We're going to get this W here, 20 seconds left. I think we can maybe take tower. Bro, look at the Evo Witch. Just delete this card, please. What is this? It just sits there forever and ever and ever, and no one wants to see this card, so I'm glad it's getting a nerf. But, yeah, let me know your thoughts, of course, on the balance changes. I'll be reading all the comments and seeing if we got any heated debates up in here, and let me know what you think they missed, and, you know, if there was a card you wanted to nerf or buff, make sure you put it down in the comments down below. But, yeah, anyways, hope you enjoyed the video, and enjoy the Butch clip as well. Peace. Have a good one.